My name is Larry Guerra. I'm the Chief Financial Officer for Carrollton-Farmers branch, and this is my first year with the district. For me, I had an aunt and uncle that were in school business. My aunt was a teacher, my uncle worked in administration, so he always, drove a district vehicle, and growing up, kind of seeing that always kind of intrigued me, and I always thought that's kind of cool. And I always looked up to them, as family to me, so to see that was always stuck with me, even growing up, even though I had no idea I'd be in school business one day. It just kind of made sense now that I'm in school business that it was so attractive to me. I would say the most exciting part is, especially being on the business finance side, we really don't get to see the kids, but to be a small part of, I think there's 27,000 kids here in Carrollton-Farmers branch, that to be even a little part of these kids growing up and coming through the system and graduating is kind of a neat deal for me, to be able to be even a small part of these kids growing up and graduating through Carrollton. For me, being Hispanic, I really looked up to my parents a lot. We had a tight family unit growing up, and tight with my brothers and sister, and just seeing my dad's a doctor, my mom's a nurse, so to see their work ethic and the time they put in, I'm real proud of them. I'm real proud to be their child, and I want them to be proud of me as well. So, growing up Hispanic and being Catholic, family was always a big part of us. The holidays are huge for us, and obviously Christmas was a big deal. We go to midnight mass, and we always got to dress up and and experience that. And the big part growing up was running home and being able to open presents after midnight, and that was always the fun part. So now as a parent with kids and students, it's neat to see them go through that progression. Now they're excited to dress up, to go to church at midnight and to come home and open presents. I know that's what they want to do. They don't see religion like we see it now as adults, but it's neat to see that kind of go generation to generation, and to see, my parents be able to be there, my grandparents, and me and my wife and our kids is really neat for me to see, and that's kind of the biggest tradition I think we carry. Obviously the holidays, and our faith is a big part of our family, and being Hispanic, that was always kind of ingrained with us, and it's neat to see it kind of paying forward with our children. We try to instill the same kind of qualities in them. I want them to be proud of me as their parent, and I want to be proud of them as my child, the way my parents were proud of me and the way I was proud of my parents growing up. I think of Dolores Huerta when she said, Si se puede was kind of her big thing, yes we can. And Hispanic Heritage Month, for me, lets me reflect and highlight on these people like Cesar Chavez, like Dolores Huerta, who said stuff like that, si se puede. It's important for us to be able to celebrate, me to sit here with you talking about how, we can celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, and how when you see stuff like that and you hear stuff like that, it's meaningful and it's impactful. Here what intrigued me to Carrollton-Farmers branch was there was over 27,000 students, and the largest population of students are Hispanic, so that it immediately drew me when I started looking into the position, and I'm glad to be a part of the district, and I'm glad to be able to celebrate and talk with you about Hispanic Heritage Month, and hopefully word gets out that it's something positive and something that we all can contribute.